Yo, fellow entrepreneurs, back at it once again. Favorite entrepreneur, your boy, official Tyree Samuels, right? And as you guys can see today, right, got that Naruto drip with the Hennessy on, right? I don't condone drinking if you're not over 21, okay? So, what I'm gonna be talking about today is we're gonna be touching on the basis of support and resistance, which you can apply in any investing market, the stock market, crypto market, and obviously the foreign exchange market. So, if you guys don't know how to be able to identify the tops and bottoms or the floor and resistance, right? I'm gonna show you guys today on this next clip. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Yo, everybody, back at it once again. Official Tyree Samuels. So we're gonna pick back right off where we left off on the last clip, which is gonna be explaining to you guys exactly how to be able to go about doing support and resistance. So support and resistance is really gonna be one of the most essential things in all of trading, right? Stock market, crypto market, Forex, binary options market, so on and so forth. Commodities market, right? Indices market, right? So with support and resistance, it's going to resemble a floor and a ceiling, okay? So the concept of what you guys want to be able to see happening is, I'll give you guys a little quick example, okay? So if I were to draw out these two lines like this, right? This is basically how trading works, okay? So you're going to have a floor and you're going to have a ceiling, okay? Now, let me go ahead and label it as such, right? So you have a ceiling, okay? Make that a little bit smaller, right? And then you have a floor. So we'll make the floor red, right? You have a ceiling and you have a floor. Now, the biggest thing that you guys want to be able to understand with the ceiling and the floor is, what am I actually looking for when I see these, okay? So whenever you see a ceiling and a floor, you need to be able to look at it like this, okay? If I see the market going up, and it hits the ceiling, I want you guys to take a step back and think about, what were to happen if I can jump and hit my head on the ceiling? I'm going to hit my head on the ceiling. Now I'm going to come back down. So what you would like to see is, you would like to see the market hit a ceiling, right? Which is going to be a resistance. And then you would like to see it reject and then start moving down. Okay. Now, vice versa. What happens if you guys are standing on the floor? So if I'm standing on the floor right now and I jump up, right? I'm eventually going to come back down, but what's happening from the floor? Like, I can only go up from the floor. I can't go through the floor. I can only go up from the floor. So what I want to be able to see vice versa is, whenever I see the market trending down, right? Hit a floor. Okay. I want to be able to see it give me a rejection and start trending up. Okay. Now that you guys understand the concept of support and resistance, let's actually look at some real examples on our actual chart. Okay. So if we're actually looking at the chart, I'm gonna go ahead and start identifying to you guys some support and some resistance. So if we look right here, right, this is going to be a support. How do I know that this area right here is going to represent a support? Because if you guys notice, this is the last floor before the market took off, and it hasn't come back since, right? Now, whenever you recognize a support and a resistance, you want to actually know, how am I going to utilize this information? Okay. How am I going to utilize this information? Let me actually show you guys by looking a little over to the left. So if I focus on this example over here, I'm going to point out to you guys, when you see a floor or a support starts to form, that's whenever it's going to give you guys a good ability to be able to see if the market is actually, going to give you a good buying opportunity from the floor that is forming. So if I identify this area, okay, this area, right, this area, and finally these areas over here. All of these areas that I've identified with the green arrow are going to symbolize, okay, a support. Now, with the support, remember, you want to be looking to buy off the support, but the thing you want to be able to see is, you want to see if the market is actually retested, what's called retesting the support. So it made a support, it left, came back to the same support, and did the same thing it did last time. So if it went up after hitting a support, you would like to see it return to the support and then go up again, okay? So what I'm actually going to use is this rectangle tool. So if any of you guys are brand new to TradingView, you don't know how to use TradingView is brand new to you, what I would strongly recommend is that you guys look up here in the top right-hand corner and go ahead and tap into the how to use the TradingView YouTube video that I actually created for you guys, okay? Now, if I now draw this rectangular box, right, which I'm gonna make yellow so it can pop a little bit, okay? If I draw this rectangular box over to the right from the original support that was formed, you guys can see the actual floor. So without me drawing, the box, it may be hard to see, the floor being represented. This is how you guys are able to see that it is actually a floor. So guess what could have happened whenever the market left this area? You weren't initially buying it from here. You want to see it come back, right? So you could have possibly looked to buy it here, maybe here, or obviously this is when it actually came back in the box. So if you're one of those people that's like, it's cool if it gets close, but I wanted to actually touch that support again. This would be an example of it actually touching a support. All right. So now what you guys are actually able to see is a support that has been formed. Now, the next thing I want to be able to show you guys is a resistance. So if I look at this right here, okay, and I also look at this right here, both of these are going to be resistance areas, okay? Remember what I said, a floor is going to be something you want to buy off of. A resistance is something you want to sell off of, okay? So with that being said, let me go ahead and draw that box one more time, right? Now, we don't have as many retests or as many touches as a support, but it's the same concept. Whenever you saw this resistance get formed and then you saw the market drop, at the time that it came back to that previous resistance, I don't want you guys to take this as every support or resistance, I'm gonna just buy and sell off of it. That's not how this works at all. Please don't go out there starting to do this by yourself all willy-nilly, okay? But this is a strong example of you being able to simply understand support or resistance and how you maybe can be able to utilize it in your trading. So notice the market left, it dropped, it came back, rejected again, and this is when it gave that drop that you really wanted, okay? This is when it gave that drop you really wanted, okay? So that's gonna be an example of support or resistance. Something else you guys can start focusing on, right? It's going to be something called consolidation, right? So I'm obviously going to make a separate video entirely for that. But whenever you see the market, okay, get trapped within an area, this is going to be consolidation. Now, the thing I want you guys to be able to focus on is everything that's happening between its support or resistance is consolidation. The market has not broken out of the top. It is not broken outside of the bottom. So what you normally want to do is, the smart thing to do is a lot of people will wait until the market breaks out of the consolidation before they decide to, make a choice on what they want to trade and in what given direction. So at the moment that the market broke below the support, maybe that could have been where you look to sell it. But obviously the best opportunity would have been from up here at these peak highs, right? Now, the thing that you guys really want to be able to focus on is an old resistance turned new support. What do you mean by that, Tyree? I got you. So what happens in the event that you have a resistance that gets formed? Keep in mind, guys, right? The market formed a support, ran up, hit a ceiling, formed a resistance, and then it gave a retracement, okay? Now, from this initial peak, okay, I'm going to show you guys how previous resistances can be new supports. So if I take this rectangle tool, right, I draw it on this resistance, right? Now you guys can actually see the resistance depending on the situation, right? The market conditions, the time frame. Temporarily, this is also now working as a support. So notice this resistance had the market reject right here. Okay, voice cracks a little bit there, getting a little excited. Okay, the market, right, rejected here. The market rejected here. It broke a little bit below, but it also went back up from here. And then the final time, it went back up from here. Now, I want you guys to be able to understand support and resistance doesn't actually always have to be exactly at the zone that you drew. It's in the relative area, the relative range, okay? So what you guys are saying is me showing you guys in a relative range how an old resistance, okay, can become a new support. Now you might be asking, okay, Tyree, was there any way you could show me vice versa how an old support can become a new resistance? You damn skippy, I can, okay? So what if I were to tell you this is our previous support, and if I take this rectangle tool, okay, and draw it like this, I want you guys to be able to see something that's going to be maybe kind of hard to see, right? Actually, I'm not going to use that example. I want to use some a little more pronounced. All right, I got it. Perfect. So what I want you guys to notice, okay, actually, let's see. All right. Let's see an old support turn new resistance, right? Okay, this is perfect. This is actually perfect. All right. Now, what you guys want to be able to do is what I did. Train your eye to the market so you can actually be able to find these examples relatively quickly if you're showing somebody, right? So this is going to be an example of an old support, okay? Now, if we focus on this area and I take my rectangle tool, I want you guys to notice what is happening, okay? The market broke below this area. This can be considered a retest because as you can see, the market is clearly showing signs of rejection based off of this old support. Okay, notice how the market dipped below, retested, and then dropped a little bit. Okay, that's going to be an example. I want to see if I can find one more example that maybe, oh, this is perfect. Okay, this is perfect. I bet y'all didn't know I could sing, right? So, old support right here, okay, turned, right, new resistance. I want you guys to notice how the market broke below this area. Technically, this was the initial retest right here, okay? And then what you guys can see, like I said, it may not be perfect, but it's in the relative area. Notice how the market came back to this relative area, which was based off the previous support, okay? This previous support, right? And then once the market hit that previous support, you can see it started rejecting and then gave us that drop that we were essentially looking for. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, what I want you guys to be able to do real quick, okay, as I'm possibly looking for another, I'm going to give y'all one more example, okay? Last but not least, old support, okay? Old support, going to click that, and bam, okay? Now what I want you guys to be able to see is this is going to be another example of your old support turn new resistance. Now, what I would like y'all to be able to do is if y'all enjoyed this video, don't be shy now. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Because I would like you guys to stay up to date every single time I drop a new video, because if y'all don't watch my videos, I'm gonna be sad, right? Now, the next thing I would appreciate is if you guys can like, comment, share, because I know you're not the only one. You watching this, I know you're not the only one that needed help with support or resistance. So please share that to somebody else. Also, if you guys see these two things right here, go ahead and leave your boy 2 thumbs up, 3 if you can. I know you can only do 1, but hey, click that thing a couple of times, all right? And then finally, don't be shy. Please make sure y'all follow me on the hottest Instagram page on all the Instagram at official Tyree Samuels, okay? And as usual, as y'all can see, it's getting a little bit dark up in here, right? I ain't got no lights on, the sun going down. So I'm gonna see you guys at the top, not from the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. See you wouldn't want to be here. Peace.